flip event. We are taking the old and making it something new. So welcome, welcome. Hi, Kathy. Hello, hello. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I had on a different shirt, and I looked at it, and I said, oh, nope. Change shirts. I don't know if anyone else does that or not. Good evening to you too, Nora. Welcome, welcome. Tiggy. Oh, you're new to me, Tiggy. I'm going to have to make sure I'm following your page. Welcome, welcome. And yes, everyone is welcome to come on as your page. Some people may see your page and want to click and follow you. And they may go back after the event. So after I'm over and the event's over and check out your page. So you're welcome to come on as your page. Hello. I've seen lots of new pages that I'm not familiar with. I will check you all out. Thank you for being here. Hi, Tailored by Debbie. Welcome, welcome. So we got Unique Crafts with Tiggy. Let's see, Lisa. Hi, Lisa from Lisa's Craft House. Lisa is one of our hosts of this event, as well as Tanya from Timeless Treasures by Tanya and Deborah from Sacred Sew. They make up Sacred Treasure House. And I'm so excited to be part of their event today. Hello, Lindell. Is it Lindell? Lindell's Craft Escape. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Vicki. Yes, thank you, Kathy. Thank you for spreading the blessings. Welcome, welcome. I think I said hi to Taylor. Yeah, I did. To Debbie. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna show you what I've got. This right here is an old frame. It's metal. It's metal. And on the inside, as you see, it's got like grapes and leaves like grapes. It's like that kind of design. And I'm going to change it up. On the inside, it had this print. And I thought it was painted onto it. It wasn't. It was just attached to it. So I was able just to pull this print off. And I'm going to do something different. I hope that you all will enjoy what I'm doing. We're going to make it lighter in color to begin with. Hi, Kim. Hi, Patty. Hello, hello. I'm so glad. Hi, Donna. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for having me today. Okay, so I'm going to start out by using some Waverly chalk paint. I'm going to kind of water it down a little bit because I don't want to take away all of the dark, but I want, and you know me, we're going to wing it. It may end up all, but I'm a distress person. I like to distress. If you're new to my page, I love to do rustic, vintagey, make things look kind of old. So that's what we're gonna hopefully end up with. But I want it, and I meant to get me. I meant to get me a container so I could water down some paint. Let's see if I got something close by that I could use. Hold on just a second, y'all. I think we're going to use a lid to one of my bead containers, and I can always wash it out. Excuse me. I'm going to put a little bit of, and again, I want to apologize, y'all. I'm a little sinusy. I went with my husband yesterday, and he got a sinus shot. I probably should have got one while I was there, too. Because my sinuses are draining. But, I can't take the same one he does because it has steroids. I cannot handle steroids. They make me feel awful. They make my heart race. And I can't handle them. So a lot of times those shots don't really help me anyway. My old doctor used to give me a Z-Pack. I don't know if this new one would do that. But they were super nice. And my husband's ears have been stopped up for a while, and he's been having trouble. And we keep saying, we're going to make an appointment, see if they can clean them out, see if they can clean them out. So we got his ears cleaned out yesterday, too. So we were really happy about that happening. Man, y'all. All kinds of new names I'm seeing. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Donna. Thank you for being here. So all I did is I took some of my Waverly chalk paint. This is the ivory color. And I added a little water to it because I don't want it just straight paint. Although I may have to sand some off, y'all, because I'm afraid it's going to still be kind of that way. So I'm painting the whole surface to start. I'm going to try to move this camera down a little more so you can see more of my surface. So this, if you were late coming on, this is a metal type frame. It has some grapes and some grape leaves on it. And I have grapes in my kitchen. And though I have one wall of wallpaper. Well, no, I got 2 walls of wallpaper. But you don't really see them that much because there's a lot of stuff on those walls. You know, like my refrigerator and everything blocks a lot of the wallpapered wall. So I don't want to bring out the grapes, is what I want to say. So I'm trying to do this in a way that it you're going to see the leaves and stuff, but I don't want that to be the main focal point of this design when we get done with it. The design that was in it was grapes and wine, and I'm not a drinking person. And so I don't really care anything about displaying anything with wine bottles and such. So, we're changing it. And that's the whole point of today's event, is it's a flip. It's taking something you find at a yard sale or flea market, you know, and changing it up and making it something that is useful for your home or as a gift for someone, or, you know, that kind of thing, which is exactly my favorite kind of things to do. I love it. Hi from South Dakota. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for being here. If you're new here and you like what you see, I hope that you will hit the follow button and join me. I do lives. I try to go live at least once a week, but sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm not. If I'm not going live a lot, I try to post things and make little video or reel. But I don't go live every day like some of the creators do. But I am in another event this week, later in the week, so I'll be live again on Thursday. So I'm getting it a little heavier than what I had intended, but I can always kind of use my little sanding thing and kind of sand it down a little bit and show more. And I'm going to use some distress ink to bring out some of the features. So you'll still be able to see, hopefully, and it'll turn out good. Oh, my chatbot is working. That's the first time I've ever had it work. I'm so glad I set that up before and it didn't work before. So I'm excited about that. Yay. Since the little metal, maybe a memoir. Well, No. I could have done that, Patty. And I have another one. I could make one with make it into a metal board, a memo board. I really didn't think about that. I didn't have my really talented friend here to guide me. I really didn't think about a memo board, but that would be a cool idea to do. You could paint the inside with chalk paint, you know, the good chalk paint, like for chalkboard paint. And you can make this a sign for your menu or attach magnets and notes to it because it is metal. It is solid metal. Every part, the leaves are metal, the little accent around it's metal, everything's metal. What I'm doing today is not going to be a memo board, though. That's a great idea. That may happen with my other one. Thank you for that. So I hope everyone's had a wonderful, wonderful day. I haven't, like I said, I haven't felt the greatest today just because my sinuses are draining, and thankfully my blood pressure is starting to level out. So, and I'm trying not to be too anxious about it and let it do its thing. We go on our vacation, and just, we leave on the 9th of August, and I gotta feel better. I gotta be better. So I'm asking the Lord to help me feel better. I don't want to be stressed out and worried about my blood pressure going high or going low or all that stuff. So I think anxiety's got to get under control here. Listen, y'all, not to whine or nothing, but you know, sometimes you just gotta vent. We've had our share of things gone wrong lately. Both my husband's trucks are broke down. One is in my yard, and we have to find a motor for it. The other one is in the shop, and I don't know how long it's going to take for it to get fixed. So he's been having to drive my car. Well, he's in my car the other day, and his helper was with him and heard a noise that Terry couldn't hear because Terry's hearing is bad anyway. And then he was having this where his ears were stopped up. And so he didn't hear the noise. So his worker did, and he works on cars some, and so he told him what it was. So we went to go get the part from the parts store. Well, they didn't have it in stock. They told us that we would have to order it. And so we go online and we order it, and when we ordered it, it said it would be here the next day, which I thought was kind of odd. It said it would be, if I did a pickup at the store, it would be there. Hi, Vicki. Thank you for being here. Said if I picked it up at the store, are we having any middle, not little, yeah. I'm trying to make sure we're not having any problems, are we? Okay. So it said if we picked it up at the store, we could pick it up today, on Tuesday. So we chose to have it shipped to our house because it said it would be shipped overnight and we would have it the next day. Well, yesterday I go and I check it and it hasn't even been processed, let alone arriving at my house. So while Terry said, you need to go on their website and see if there's a way you can contact them and see how long it's going to take for this to come. We might have to cancel this order. Because he's worried about driving my car with this part going bad and then end up something worse happening to my car. So I went on the website while I was out with him going to the doctor, and I chatted with a chat person from O'Reilly's Auto Parts. And he tells me, he says, let me pull up your order. So he pulls it up and he says, yes, your order's processing. It shows your estimated shipping arrival date to be Friday, August the 26th. And I was upset, y'all. Now, I didn't get ugly, but I did say, that's ridiculous. I said, when I ordered the part, it said that it would come the next day. And I said, and here we are. We could have had it shipped to a store quicker than it coming to my house. And that's not right. Because the people at the store told us they could have it by Tuesday. So he said, I'm so sorry that you're disappointed. And I said, was there anything you can do to speed this up? He said, no. He said, there's no way to speed it up because you've already paid the shipping for just the basic shipping and you would have to pay more shipping, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, your website shouldn't have told me that it was going to arrive the next day. Because I said, we need this part and we wouldn't have ordered it. And so he said, I'm so sorry. Is there anything else I can help you with? And I said, no. And I said, thank you for looking it up. Because I'm not one of them kind of people, you know. It's not his fault, you know. Even though I'm upset, I don't want to be, I still want to keep my composure, do the right thing. So, lo and behold, when I wake up this morning, I have a text that says, your item has shipped. It's at the next town over, just a little ways away from me, and it's on the truck headed to your house. It hasn't got here yet, but it's supposed to get here today. So I don't know if he went in after he talked to me or what and sped it up. I don't know. But I was so excited. Finally, something good happening, because my husband was really, really getting depressed about all this stuff happening. Our drain in our sink is leaking, and they took the part out to replace it, and the hardware store gave us the wrong part. They couldn't fix it, so it was just like, my husband said, okay, God, we've had enough. Our stove is broke. Our sink has got this problem. Okay, we need something good to happen. Hello, as you come on, if you'll say hello. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me today. So, I got a coat of just the basic white on, and I need to paint the back side of that metal, but I need to dry this a little bit. I'm going to set this somewhere so I don't dump it all over myself. I'll put the lid on this so I don't dump it. I'm going to set that right here safely, I think. Put that there. And we're going to dry this. I'm sorry I got my noisy dryer. But you know, it's life. And I told Terry last night, he was really frustrated. And I said, listen, baby. I said, sometimes God is trying to remind us that we are human and we have to trust Him. And I said, why don't we look at and say, and let's pray and ask God to help us speed this up so it'll come quicker. He said, how come when I get in these moods, you always tell me I need to get out of them, but when you get in them, I don't do that to you? And I said, because that's what we need to do, and you need to do that to me when I get in them. So I was really excited to be able to call him and tell him today that it's on its way. It's gonna come. So see, God did it. God did it. Okay, y'all, I'm going to show this to you. It looks a little streaky to me right now, but we're going to rustify it anyway. It's kind of plain, kind of blah, but we're going to do some more stuff to it. And y'all, up after me is Crafting with a Purpose. I have her page name in the description. I can't get it to do the link at. It just don't work for me. I've tried and tried and tried. It just doesn't work for me. But her name is there. But you know who the best way to find her is to go to the Sacred Treasure House, follow their page or join their group and refresh. And then you'll see every creator. If you leave the page and come back, however you want to refresh it. And she's up after me at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, because it's only 4:21 here. Just had to throw that in there. Okay, so, oh, it's still got a few little wet spots where I need dry. So I'm going to try something, and if it don't look right, we're going to paint it some more. Y'all know that I'm addicted to these little ink pads. Hello, hello! And Crafting with a Purpose, I forgot your first name. Will you tell me your first name again? You're newer to me, and I can't remember your first name. Okay, so I'm going to just de-stress a little bit with this. Lulu. There we go. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I should have known that. I apologize. So I'm just going to kind of do the edges a little bit. And then I'm overdoing where it's raised up and it's the grapes. I'm going to kind of do the edges of the inside part there. Mostly just the raised up parts. I got a little more than what I like up here on this, but this is going to be covered with something I already have planned, so I'm not going to worry about how much is there. Okay, I'm going to show y'all what we got now. See what we have now? It looks a little distressed. Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Thank you for being here. Nebraska. That's one place I have never been. I've never been to Nebraska. That's driving me crazy, so I'm putting a little paint on it. It's going to be covered with a bow. But anyway, let me dry that a little bit. Kathy, Crafting with a Purpose. Hallelujah. Oh, wow. Thank you, Kathy. I think you're amazing, too. You and Dawn can keep people laughing, I tell you that. Keep them laughing and interacting. I'm not as good at that, getting people to interact. I need some kind of games or something. I'm not good at games. Okay, so, y'all, I made this today. And, I created it myself, using Canva and printed it out. And I realized it's kind of small for the inside of my space. So what I did was I went in and I edited it a little bit. And I printed it on rice paper. It has half the design. Okay? And then I did another half, and we're going to piece it together. Now, it's not going to fit perfectly. And how I do this is this rice paper is a little bigger than your printer paper. So what I do is I take 2 pieces of tape and I tape it, trim it, and then I put it in my printer and it pulls it through. So what I suggest that you, when you use, if you're using an inkjet printer, I suggest that you, let me find my scissors off. I suggest that you either do not put Mod Podge on the top of your design when you are, or be very light with it because it's going to bleed. It's Mod Podge is liquid. Inkjet printers ink will bleed. So just so you know, I don't want you to do this and then you're so frustrated because it bled really bad. So what I do, sometimes I do it dry, and sometimes I'm cutting this tape off. And hopefully we're going to be able to blend this all in. Sometimes when I do it, and I spray my paper. That's what I did today. I took my paper outside and I sprayed it with a coat of clear poly spray. It's like a polyurethane spray. And I did that, let that dry. And then I went back a few minutes later and did another coat and let that dry. So it's had 2 coats sprayed on top. It can still bleed. Some people say that their printers don't bleed, and they don't have that problem, but mine does. I have a Kodak, that's my older, I haven't had a Kodak in forever. I have an HP printer, and it will bleed. It will. Okay, so now to decide, I think I'm going to trim, and I could use a water pen and go around this, but actually I think I'm just going to tear. I'm just going to tear and try not to tear into our pretty design. Almost did. Danger zone, danger zone. When you put the Mod Podge down, though, you're not really going to see as much, especially with rice paper. No, tear into my leaf. Oh, I tore into the leaf a little bit, but I think it's going to be okay. Okay. And I forgot, I need to hook this up. Oh, it's already hooked up. I just need to turn it on. Okay, so, and then I'm just going to use my scissors, and I'm going to cut this. Okay. And then we're going to lay this up here. Just a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to get our other piece. Oh, you can do it. It's not hard. I have an HP printer that has the tray at the bottom, and I just when I tape my paper to it, I trim out the shape of the paper, and mine pulls like this. You got to know how your printer pulls. Mine pulls like this, so I lay it in upside down, and I just send it to the printer. and it will pull through and it'll print on the rice paper and not on your printer paper. So pretty cool, pretty cool. And you can make some beautiful designs of your own. You really can. I do subscribe to Canva, so I get access to all of their paid stuff, but they have a lot of free stuff. But I use Canva quite a bit for a lot of things. I use it for church, for kids' church, for all kinds of different things. I make some graphics for a friend of mine's event group, and I used to have an event I ran, so I used it for that. I used to use Adobe. They have a program, and I loved it. But Canva had a lot of features, so I decided to switch to Canva. And right after I switched to Canva, Adobe changed a lot of their stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I switched, because a lot of people are having trouble with Adobe now. So I was very happy that I had made the switch already and had gotten a little bit used to Canva because of the changes that Adobe had made. Okay. Now, hopefully this will line up the way I'm thinking it's going to line up. I am hoping. I think so. Now, my design is just a little big, so we're not gonna worry about it if it comes over the edge. We're just gonna go with it. So it's not perfect, but I'm a crafter. I'm not a perfectionist. You love Canva too? Oh, I love it. I love it. You can use it to, when you make your crafts, if you want to make them look pretty to post and all kinds of things. And I subscribe and I set it up so that my daughter and I we can work together. We're set up to be a team, to work together. So it's another benefit to it. Okay, now the Mod Podge. I'm going to use this matte finish Mod Podge. And if any of you are interested in knowing, if you have a craft page and you don't even have to do lives, but if you do, or you don't, or you just have a craft page and you post your crafts or whatever, and you would like to know about being a Plaid ambassador, I am a Plaid ambassador. And it's a Plaid creator, basically. They used to call us ambassadors. Now they call us creators. And it's a cool way to earn free stuff. You post your stuff, and you do have to be a little tech savvy, just a little, because you got to be able to go in there. And I'm just gonna put a coat of Mod Podge down, and we're gonna lay our thing down, and then we're gonna iron it. So you like today, I'm using Plaid products. I'm using Mod Podge, which is a Plaid product. I used Waverly Chalk Paint, which is a Plaid product. So what I can do is I can post this after it's done and follow the rules. There's certain guidelines, and they'll give me points for tagging them and posting and using their products on live. And then I could turn those points into free things from their website. So it's a great way to get free things. I have many containers. I'll show you. Many containers of Mod Podge. I didn't pay for any of this. None of it. Okay. I have this box of paint that I can't even fit up on my paint thing. I didn't pay for it. On my birthday, they sent me a birthday present. I was so excited. They sent me a birthday present with some freebies. So if you're interested in it and you would like more information, you let me know. I would love to give you my link. And I get a little benefit, but so do you if you join. And I would love to help you join. Y'all, there was something in this brush, but you won't be able to see it, I don't think. I don't know. I thought I cleaned all these brushes the other day, but I can tell there's a little bit of something in this brush. Anyway. So, we're going to dry this. So, what are y'all having for supper? Is that where everyone's at? I started supper, but I don't have it finished. Listen, I made something I've never made, and I really didn't go by a recipe. I hope it turned out. I made a squash casserole like you would a cornbread. I used cornbread, squash. I put a couple jalapenos. I used buttermilk and an egg, and I put it in a cast iron pan, and I have it. My oven's out, but I have a convection stovetop, tabletop type oven. I put it in there and cooked it before live. So I'm excited to see how it turned out. Okay, Mary, I'll message you. Or let me tell you, if you wouldn't mind, send a message to Crafty Blessings with Angie's page. I just, on my page, there's a message button. Send me a message so I don't miss it, okay? That way I could send you some information. It really is a neat program, and I had joined them a long time ago, probably a couple years ago, but all I ever got was my sample starter box. I never got anything else. Well, they revamped the program, and so I rejoined, and I've just loved it. I have loved it ever since, because now I get all the goodies. Now, here's where I need to decide. I think I may sand off what doesn't fit inside this square. I think that may be what I do. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. I'm going to stand up, make sure I get it lined up halfway decent. I'm hoping that you don't see that seam too bad. Hoping. I think this is gonna be awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to iron this down before I sand the edges so I don't pull it up. When you first join Plaid, for anyone that is interested, they send you a box of all kinds of goodies just to start out before you ever have to complete any task or do anything else. So even if you just join to get that free box, you don't even have to submit ever again, and you get that free box. But it's worth taking the time to learn how to do the submissions. They have it for lots of different, not just Facebook. If you have YouTube, you have Instagram, they even have some for TikTok if you're into doing TikTok. Different things, different seasons, different themes. But they usually have something just general that pretty much any craft you do using their stuff will fit in a category. Yay, y'all, it looks so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my... Okay, thank you, Debbie. I will send you the information. And once you join, you can get people to join you, and then you get points for them joining as well, and they get the free box, you know. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. And if you're doing a small business like this, I had a very good mentor friend that told us, she says, the more you can do to get free supplies, the better. You're taking away from that bottom line. You know, I haven't had to buy Mod Podge. I haven't had to buy, I've never got the Waverly chalk paint given to me, but I have any of the folk art. I've got lots of folk art paint. And of course they have you get to pick what you want to spend your points on. So I've gotten lots of things, and I've got to try things that I wouldn't have bought. So it's a really cool program. Very cool program. But there is an application, and I mean, you have to fill out to get accepted. I don't know of anybody that's tried that didn't get accepted though, but just so you know, it's like an application. Okay. Y'all, I am in love. I knew I was gonna like it, but I'm in love with it. I'm in love with it. I'm even torn about putting Mod Podge on the top. Even though I want to seal it really good, I'm thinking I might just take it outside and spray it again rather than put Mod Podge on the top. Look how pretty it turned out. So what I have in mind, I don't think I'm going to put Mod Podge on top. Because of this reason, I think if I do, I'm going to risk bleeding. I may seal the edges just a little bit. Just the edges. Get me a paper towel. I'm going to get a different brush because that one seemed to have a little bit of something in it. Make sure this one don't. Now, I'm terrible about leaving my brushes and not taking care of them. Don't be like Angie. Take care of your brushes. Okay, I'm going to use a little around the edges. Thank you, thank you. I loved, Deborah, your chest that you was doing. I didn't see it finished. I had to get off, but I'm going to go back and see it finished. You spent a lot of time with different layers and colors, and you're crafty like that. Now I see a little bit of dust it got in there. Okay. I'm just kind of going around my edges a little bit just to make sure they're down good. And what I will probably do, rather than covering it with Mod Podge, is I'll probably take it outside one more time and spray another coat of clear poly on it. A little bit of that brown where I had put it on there is getting on my brush, but that's okay. That brings the rustic back. But look, it's not really bleeding. Oh, maybe I will cover it. It's not bleeding, y'all. It's not. I did 2 coats of that before the live, so maybe I'll be okay with putting a coat of Mod Podge over it. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do, sometimes you. And it may be because I'm using the rice paper, and it kind of soaks in the rice paper. I hear a truck. Maybe that's UPS bringing that. I hope they bring it. If they don't bring it today, my husband's going to be in a bad mood. We had ordered a part for our stove. And after I order it, they send me a message and tell me it's on back order. I was so upset. I waited 10 days. They kept saying it was on back order, so I canceled it. They didn't give us our money back. I'm not going to wait forever. So we're not sure what we're doing about our stove. The only other option is to buy a used part or spend $300 and something on a new one from a local place. I hate to spend $300 to fix a stove. I don't know. Okay, let me dry this. It bled just a little tiny bit, and I don't think it's gonna be very noticeable. Some of the purple letters, a little tiny bit. I don't think it's gonna be noticeable. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all. If you can see. It bled just a slightly little bit. Not much, though. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make me a bow. And I'm going to use this sunflower ribbon to bring out the sunflowers. And I'm going to put the bow up here at the very top. And then, you know, I wish I just had some solid wide burlap ribbon, but I don't. That's okay. We're going to use the sunflower ribbon. And I need a piece. I'll get it in a second. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, thank you. I know, I do too. You know, my youngest daughter got married September. My oldest got married in August, and my youngest got married in September. And she had sunflowers in her wedding. So we had lots of sunflower stuff. She's always loved sunflowers. I was thinking, I almost made a design like this with grapes because of the grapes on here. But I really didn't want the grapes to be the focal point. Because, I don't know, I just didn't. I thought about putting something on each corner, but I'm afraid of overdoing it. And I don't want to overdo it. Where did you get the printable? I printed it myself. I created it and printed it myself. If anyone would like it, you can message me and I'll be glad to send it to you. I don't know that when I send it, it'll be exactly the same quality. That's one reason why we're not selling graphics. because I can't seem to get them. Some of it's that reason. We were using an external website trying to make the quality stay good. But anyway, just really didn't go over very well. It's a lot of work to make sets that don't sell. Love it. You wouldn't do the bow? Well, I want to cover up those grapes. That's why I'm doing the bow. I tried to heat these up and see if I could pop them off. I couldn't get them off. They're very, very attached. So I just want to take away from the grapes. So there's my bow. And I'm going to trim. Oh, I always have to think before I cut those, or I'll cut them as the wrong way when doing a dovetail. And the bow's going to go up high, so it's not going to come down onto the design. I'm going to put it up higher, like that. When I get done, you'll see what I mean. Oh, I forgot to trim my strings from my tiger. So that's kind of what it's gonna look like. I wish I could. I don't know. That metal gets hot. Hot metal. I pulled out some sunflowers, but I don't know. I don't want to overpower it. So I don't think that. I thought about putting a sunflower right in the middle of my bow, but I don't want to overpower it. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Mary. You love sunflowers and chickens. Oh, yeah. I had a chicken design that I almost put in the middle of this. It was from a calendar. But I decided, I went looking and I was like, I seen this saying on a different design. I thought, oh, so I played around with my frame and deciding on what I was going to do. And I came up with that. I wonder how this would look with one of these sunflowers in the center of my bow. Well, pull the thing off. A sunflower right in the center of my bow. Was that too much? It might be too much. I have some smaller ones, but they don't look as much like sunflowers. Let me show you. To me, they look... Let's see, where did those little ones go? Not those. These to me look like more like them brown-eyed daisies or whatever they're... I don't know. Are these sunflowers still? They're pretty They're pretty small. I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it off. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to overdo it. I love to take a bow. I don't know if y'all see this design up here. I love to take a bow, like this bow, and put greenery coming out of it. But I didn't want to do that with this because it's got this metal coming out of each side. So I was like, well, I don't want to put greenery coming out because of the metal. Black-eyed Susan. That's what I was thinking, that those little ones, they look more like that to me than sunflowers. Brown-eyed Susans, black-eyed Susans, something Susans, huh? So, I think I'm just going to leave it like it is, y'all. Leave it like it is. And I like it. I still don't care for these little grapes. I might touch them up with something. They look kind of funny with the dark color in the corners. So I may go back over them with more of my white. Because I don't think they look right, that color. I think I'm going to overdo them a little. They're just distressed a little too much. And then I'll dry that and play around with it. Let's see. I don't want to totally take away the distressed look. I put that brush back in the water. That's silly. So, do you like it better like this or this? Whoops. The darker or the lighter? I don't know. I can't. I don't know. There should be Bible verses showing grapes because, you know, they went into the promised land and they got grapes. I don't know. I don't know. I just love that saying. Every hour I need thee. Because I need my God with me every hour. You like it better darker, Patty? It looks kind of funny now. You're right. I wish I could get them things off of there. Because I don't really like them at all. I'll just dress it back. You like it both ways. Darker, darker. Everybody's saying darker. Okay. I did it. I did it back. So y'all, here at Crafty Blessings, I end every live with be a blessing. I keep it up on a sign because I want to remember that the whole reason that I ever started this was to be a blessing. And I want to encourage you to be a blessing. What can you do to uplift, inspire, and help someone today? So I want you to join Treasure Hunt. Boy, I went way back there. Sacred Treasure House. Sacred Treasure House. And I want to thank Kathy and Tanya and Deborah. Not Kathy. Boy, I'm getting my names all mixed up. Jesus, please help me. Lisa and Tanya and Deborah. Forgive me, y'all, for having me today. And I hope that you all have a blessed evening and go to Sacred Treasure House and see the next creator who's up. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.